Welcome at Rest and Digest with Yoga. And tonight we are invited to connect to the intention to be awake and aware. So, what does it mean to be awake or to be aware, and how are they actually closely related? And it's a very beautiful contemplation on the path of meditation and also yoga to dive into. To be aware actually means to be awake, and the other way around it's the same. It means to be present, to be aware of ourselves in this moment. And it seems a simple thing because you might maybe think like, well, it awake means for me that I am not asleep. But what does it mean to be not asleep? When you're contemplating this theme, we will touch upon like wakefulness. And wakefulness is something different of being not asleep when we are going to sleep mostly every night. So being asleep happens many times during our days. That's how yogis look at it. Because do you still remember like what you wore like 2 days ago? Or even today, are you aware what you've been doing all day long? So when you think about it, it happens many times that we kind of fall asleep because we are kind of checking out of the present when we are not fully aware. So today, I felt inspired to invite us to connect to what does it mean when I am fully aware of what is happening here and now, when I'm fully anchored into myself. And from the Hridaya practice, we practice that by bringing our awareness back into the heart again and again as an anchor point, like back to our core, to our essence, so that we can rest in the present moment. And from there, a freedom arises. Like, where would I like to go with my body and with my energy? And where do I like to direct my thoughts upon? So it gives a freedom and a spontaneity that arises when we are fully present, so that our thoughts are not walking away with us. Like it's like we are following our mind continuously, like going from left to right and being all that feeling of being all over the place. So be so welcome tonight to come from all over the place, just here on the mat to practice the mind, also to just be here and rest, resting in ourselves, resting in our heart, and resting in this moment where we are awake. So when you are ready, I am too. I invite you to just take a comfortable seated position, just closing your eyes for a moment. And if that's not comfortable for you, whatever I say tonight is an invitation, and it's all of these sessions to find what feels comfortable for you. So there's always a variation or an alternative for any position that we do. So if eyes closed do not feel comfy at the moment, you might open them slightly and just watch to a steady point on the ground. And then just inhale deeply and letting go of the breath, feeling how you sink deeper into your body, becoming aware of your body. Just inhaling deeply and then letting go. Inhale and relax. So how does your body feel at the moment? Being aware of the physical sensations. There might be some stiffness, or maybe you are like fully like smooth. Whatever it is, we are just starting to watch, to observe with an open attention that what is alive in this moment. So maybe there are some thoughts, and then we're just watching our thoughts, like how they come and go. And without interrupting, like we are increasing this capacity to just zoom out of the thoughts and just observe them. Seeing that, hey, when I can see my thoughts, then maybe I am not my thoughts. And it becomes a little game. And inhaling deeply again. And then exhale. And slowly you feel how your awareness is dropping into your chest, like in the middle of the chest, slightly to the right. You might like to even place a hand upon your chest, or maybe both hands. Connecting with your heart. Feeling more at home in this moment when we just drop back into ourselves, where all is welcome, where all is okay, even when it's not okay. And maybe that sounds very stupid when some intense events are taking place in our lives. Things that, yeah, really touch us deeply as a human being. But it's a practice to invite and to meet everything as it is, out of any control, to experience deeply what life is bringing us. Would that be possible? So we just become aware of how that feels for us, that idea. And then we place the hands upon each other, bringing the thumbs towards the sternum, and the elbows are pointing downwards. And then we slowly drop our chin towards the chest. Prayer pose, or I feel it's a gratitude pose, a gesture of gratitude for just making this time and space to connect, to be more aware of ourselves, what's alive, and to slow down, to allow ourselves to slow down even more. And in the beginning, that might bring up that feeling of anxiety, because then we feel how active we are, like mostly hyperactive, and that stresses our nervous system a lot. So the counter movement towards that is to slow down, to deeply breathe, to just breathe. And to just start to relax. And You might like to set a little intention, like a pure intention. Like, what would you like to bring into this session of tonight? Or what would you like to be the outcome, like the fruits? Is it feeling more connected, or feeling more joyful, more present? Just digesting the day, feeling less full, empty mind. And when you feel ready, I invite you to stand up on both feet. So be careful. Um, a good way to do that is to just put yourself on your knees first and then put your toes in the floor, push yourself up. First the buttocks, and then we come back in a straight position. And then we are going to scan with awareness. So mindfulness practice all session long. So we start to scan our bodies. We place the feet mindfully next to one another, like they are parallel. They can be hip width apart. As long as you feel a steady base where you can rest and where you feel firm as well without like stiffening up. And then our legs are straight, like my knees are unlocked. It's like not coming down, but just like having them loose, like I'm still able to move a little bit. Let's just do that. Like it's nice to just walk the feet a little bit. And then coming back in a still position. And then feeling how we rest in the pelvis between the both hips. Starting to soften the belly like a Buddha belly. It's a sensitive area, our bellies, where we so easily just pile up a lot of undigested stuff. So let's just bring some awareness to the belly as well, like some warmth, some relaxation and loving attention. Touching the belly. Our stomach, our chest. And why not just let hug ourselves as well? Maybe it's nice to, from the hips, also to twist the spine a little bit. Touching slowly, like lowering down the hands over the arms. And then letting go of the arms. And then we roll up our shoulders up and backward, opening the chest, opening the hands, and my neck is in line with the spine, bringing a gentle smile, a friendly smile on the lips, and just feel how that friendliness of the smile is entering into our systems and into our organs. So let's stay in this gentleness tonight, being very gentle to our system. So stay in touch with the body, trust the wisdom of the body. Don't push, just invite to stretch and feel the joy in that stretching. And from here we will start with the warm-up exercises, and we will start first with the head. So we drop the chin towards the chest and we start making slow full circles to the right first. And here we can take enough time for every circle, like 10 to 12 seconds or even more. And just continue to breathe. So being aware and awake also means that we're in a state of meditation all day long, or try to stay in that. And when we start practicing that, we start becoming aware of everything that keeps us asleep, or where we check out from life. Everything that you feel is, and it's just those things going counterclockwise. And continue breathing gently. And to not react on the things that we see, to practice non-reactivity while we are aware, to just stay present. And we finished the last one. When the chin is forward again, we straighten it back up. And with the eyes closed, we become aware of the sensations and the effect of this first exercise. You might feel some activation of the energy in the back of the neck and simultaneously in the front of the throat, arousing Vishuddha chakra, the throat chakra, related to our intuition, our inner wisdom and truth. And we become aware of the short pauses after every inhalation and exhalation. And the stillness that is always present on the background. Who am I? If you feel ready, we continue with the next warm-up exercise. This will be the 10 hasty movements with the head, starting with 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 2 diagonally left backward, diagonally right backward, and 2 straight backward. Left, 2 right, 2 diagonally left backwards, diagonally right backwards, and 2 straight backwards. And you can continue this in your own pace. So just see if you can bring every of the movements back to where you start, like this. And of course, don't forget to breathe. So in this way, we loosen up this whole area in the neck and the head, where there's a tendency to hold a lot of tension. So don't be afraid to hurt. Like if it really hurts, like you feel the difference, if it's just a loosening up or if there's really something else going on. And of course, then you can stop this movement. If it doesn't feel good, then you just stop and open the eyes, the same as when you encounter dizziness. So we move a lot of energy during yoga practice. So when dizziness appears, just slow down. You might like to sit down on your knees, open the eyes, and just see how it dissolves. And if there's any questions around this or what you encounter during the session, you can always contact me with any questions. So last round. And slowly we come back. Remaining with the eyes closed, we become aware of the echoes of this second warm-up exercise. You might become aware of, again, the activation of energy in the neck and simultaneously in the top of the head, the crown, Sahasrara, is the opening to our higher wisdom or our higher self, pure consciousness, our wakefulness. Centering again back into our heart center, middle of the chest, resting here while we prepare for the next exercise. So when you're ready, we continue. The feet are again hip width apart or a bit further if that feels good for you. And then we start moving the shoulders up and down in a fluent way. So this movement comes from within. We're not moving the hips or the feet, like the shoulders are going up and down. The arms are very loose. And in this way, we give ourselves, and especially the back, a deep massage. We continue breathing just a few more moments. And now I was starting to, when I was talking, moving my knees. But the knees stay still. And the upper bodies, mainly our shoulders, are moving like a dance. Boogie boogie dance. And slowly we dissolve the movement back to stillness. Inhaling deeply, relax, letting go any unnecessary thoughts, tension. We just allow it to melt into the ground. And we become aware of the activation of Kundalini Shakti, like our life force, mainly running through the spine, like in a circling movement from down upwards. Might feel like it gives you a little boost of energy or joy. And if there's any area in the body that could use some more loving attention or some healing, just place your attention there. So we invite the energy to flow to that area, through which we induce the healing effects, inviting the inner wisdom of the body to do its work. It's a genius thing, that body of us, so complex. So when you feel ready, we continue to the next exercise. And for this, we place the feet 3 times hip width apart. No, sorry, just a little bit then hip width apart. Apologies. And from here, we just bow the knees a little bit. So we unlock the knees, bringing the arms shoulder height. And then we start twisting the spine, bringing the left hand towards the chest, and we open to the right. And in this way, check if your hips stay in the center. So if they have the tendency to move with you, then maybe you'd like to make a counter movement with the left leg in this way. So I open to the left. So we change hands, and then I use the leg at the side of which my arm opens to take myself in the center, because I don't want to move the hips in this way. It's really a twist for the upper side of the body, twisting the torso. So in this way, it's a very playful movement, like we are just playing in the wind, making more space for ourselves, expanding, enjoying the stretch. Just a few more. And slowly we stop the movement, and then you feel how by themselves the arms are lowering down until they come back to stand still. Inhaling deeply, exhale, relax, feel the effects of this warm-up exercise. Maybe you literally feel more energized. Maybe this gentle, enthusiastic tremor in the heart, that sacred tremor, alive and breathing. And becoming aware how precious that is, that we breathe, that we are alive, that we wake up every day, every moment. And what does it mean to be alive and kicking? And maybe you feel every cell vibrating. So we are waking up the body on all levels. And we will conclude the warm-ups tonight with the last one. And for this, we place the feet 3 times hip width apart. Now it's correct. Pointing the toes towards the corners of the mat and lowering down through the knees. Maybe you'd like to just bounce a few times, helping the muscles to stretch until you find your base. Like this is your base. So we are relaxing the pelvic floor, the pelvis, like relaxing your belly, placing the hands pointing backwards. So my fingertips are pointing backwards, and we're placing them on top of the thighs in a way that your arms are fully stretched, and you feel a stretch also in your back. So just to see if you can find the right position. I know that it can be a bit challenging in the beginning, but for everyone we are built in a different way. So just see, maybe when your arms are longer, you might like to place them a little bit further, like in the direction of the knees. And this is our base. So from here we start. When you are ready, we exhale through the mouth and we are bowing forward. Relaxing the neck, inhaling through the nose, coming back up, and we hold the breath as long as you can hold it until you feel you're really out of oxygen. And then you start again, exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the nose, and then hold. And then you continue in your own pace. And every time that you come back, you can hold it maybe 1 or 2 seconds longer, increasing our, like we just hold it a little longer. Increasing the absorption of oxygen in the lungs, prana. Stretching our endurance. Last one. And we relax. Coming back up. Just wiggling the feet back together. Coming in a straight position. Taking a moment to integrate the echoes, to become aware of the effects. So this pose helped us to increase flexibility between the intervertebral spaces. So it's like we are elongating the spine. Feeling again more energized. Strengthening the muscles, toning the muscles in the legs and the arms. You'd like to just loosen up the wrists after this exercise as well. Just rotating them very gently, fluently, without losing awareness. So while we're doing this, what are you becoming aware of? You might notice more heat in the body, maybe more harmony already after these warm-ups in the mind, increased well-being. Who am I? And from here, we start our first asana of tonight. So coming to the front of your mat, we place the feet fist width apart. So you can use your fist to measure more or less. I'm preparing for Padahastasana, the standing forward bend. So we start by grounding ourselves first. And from there, we will focus a little bit more on the upper chakras, especially Ajna and Sahasrara. That's where we open our vision, our clarity, and our wakefulness. But that presence will never be held if there's no container, when we're not grounded. Then we're just flying in the air. So we start by grounding ourselves, feeling our feet steady on the ground, inhaling deeply, and then we connect firstly back to the heart, feeling ourselves resting, starting to relax, and preparing ourselves to start. And going into the asana is the first important step. So our full awareness is there when we rise up the arms. So we bring the arms into the air, opening the hands, making space in the belly, in the pelvis, and then from the hips slowly, very carefully, gradually, we come forward. Bowing down like an unfoldment of the spine. And then it could be that we are just like hanging in the air with the arms, and you could choose to use a pillow or even a pile of pillows underneath your hands. Just rest your hands, but you can also just hang here, like relax. Just hanging out here. Or maybe your hands do touch the ground. You can place them in front of the feet or near the feet. And there's also this other variation that you can like interlock or connect to your big toe, like yogi toe, with the first two fingers. Peace. So see what variation make you feel most at home in this asana. And then we allow ourselves to be immobile. So the body is immobile and still like a mountain. And the immobility induces the stillness of the mind. And practicing that non-reactivity on the things and the stuff that might arise when we're standing like this. Maybe it's super frustrating when we feel a tension or strain. Of course, that happens a lot when we practice this. And can we be okay with the strain and allow the strain to be there? Of course, without force, like not hurting ourselves, of course not. But there's nothing wrong with a strain when we stretch. Stretching maybe beyond a limitation, that when we just sink into it, meeting it with awareness, there might be something opening, something else that we haven't noticed before. Becoming aware of the pauses after inhalation and exhalation. Maybe you feel some fine vibrations in the area of the tailbone. The arousal of Muladhara chakra, the root chakra. So it's like we are deeply grounding our roots into the earth, finding stability, creating our foundation, and a deep inner foundation that finds its essence in the heart. And in this practice, we try to
hold the poses a little longer, and there's a reason for that. You will notice when you regularly practice this and increase the minutes of holding the asana, there will be something shifting in our consciousness, in the way we perceive ourselves, our energy body, and the physical body. There's more and more space and peacefulness. We allow to just let go of the control. And that's one of the hardest things I find personally. I thought I managed pretty well, but not so much. Can I just let go? Well, that's a big question. How much am I able to surrender? Just questioning, who am I allowing for now to let the asana become a meditation? And in this we can rest the awareness in the heart center again, meditating upon the pauses in the breath. Or just watching, being present with all that is here. Just a few more moments if that's available. If you reached already your max, that's very good to listen to that. And you can come out to the pose anytime, gradually straightening the body. And slowly we unlock the knees, then very slowly bringing back the back in a straight line until we're straight up again, taking a moment to just be aware of the effect. So, what do you notice after this asana? Padahastasana, the standing forward bend. Do you indeed feel more grounded, more stable? Activating Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, increased vitality and sense of safety. And when you're ready, we continue. Tonight we will continue with Garudasana. So first we place our weight into the left foot and we keep the left leg straight. If you like, you can bring your left arm forward to already find some stability, and then place your right knee up over the left leg, and then you fold it, like you twist it around it or you wrap it around it. And then maybe, if it's available, you can also place your toes, your foot, left foot, around, your right foot and right toes behind the left ankle or the calf. And if that doesn't serve and it's very unstable, you can just try a few times. Just play with it a little bit.
You can also choose to just stay like this or place your big toe on the ground. So there's different variations here that you could try on. So choose your position, and then at last wrap the right arm underneath the left arm and try to grasp your left thumb. And then the hands, just try to watch over the left fingertips in front of you on a steady point on the wall. So if that's not there, maybe you'd like to relocate yourself to find a steady place where you can focus your gaze upon. This is a practice of concentration focused on Ajna chakra. So it's on that height that we place that fingertip tips and we watch over it to that point on the ground. At any time, like you can come back up a little bit and just come back in. Try it a few times. For me, it's the same. I haven't practiced this a lot lately, and you can feel like the soreness in your legs sometimes. But this one is very, very good to rebalance ourselves, to bring more focus in our lives. So we hold it a little longer. And this is also what I tell myself again and again. We don't have to do it right. We just come here with the pure intention to practice and to find the joy in doing so. It's a choice of attitude. So we just decide that we play and we enjoy it, while we are also allowing ourselves to stretch beyond our limits. So we're not give up too soon. That would be a pity, right? We're here now anyway. Whoops. Whoops. And sometimes we fall off track a little bit. And what we learn is that we can, anytime when we are ready, come back up. So again, we try again and again till we master the game. We don't have to know it. We don't have to do it right. Last seconds. And we come back. Very good. So maybe just loosen up the arms and the legs a little bit. And just become aware of the echoes of Garudasana, the eagle pose. Left side first. Activating and rebalancing the level of Ajna chakra, the third eye, between the brows, middle of the forehead. It's the perceptive side, like receiving, like that clear vision, that inspiration, focusing on the direction that we see is opening for us. Without losing touch with the heart. So let's bring our awareness back in the heart while we prepare for the other side. So this is a polar asana, which has two sides. So this time we place our weight in the right foot. So just see if we can keep the right leg straight, bringing the right arm up And then we bring up the left knee, and then we fold it, we wrap it over the right leg. And then choose the position which is right for you, which is available tonight. Then we focus on that steady point on the wall. The fingers are on height of asana. And then we wrap the left arm underneath the right arm. And then I take hold of the right thumb. There is also another variation with the hands that you see a lot, placing both hands upon each other. So also that can be a good try. And then again, we concentrate our full attention, being fully present in this moment and awake. Being fully aware of what arises in the moment, without judgment, without expectation. And again, it's okay to come back anytime and preparing for another round. I'd like to try again. And both sides can be very different as an experience. Last moments. And we come back. We relax. And with the eyes closed, we receive the echoes of Garudasana, the eagle pose. And I always like to visualize that eagle that is just flying so high and has this very clear, precise vision upon what is happening underneath on the ground or in the sea. So he has a very sharp vision, capacity to focus, giving direction, taking the lead, daring to lead. Okay, so when you feel ready, we continue. I like to invite you to place the feet 3 times hip width apart. And when you feel ready, we continue. So from here, we are going to prepare for Prasarita Padahastasana. I really like this pose for some reason. I am a person that encounters many times a stiffness in the lower back and the hips, and this pose really helps me to release a lot there and to open in this area. And at the same time, at Hridaya, the focus is placed upon Sahasrara chakra. So let's see what happens for us today when we go into this asana. So if you'd like, you can start with the hands into the sides, just to see if from here, slowly, you can lower down the back. So coming forward with an exhalation, very gradually. And from here, I always like to slide my hands over the legs down to the feet. And from here, I also feel how my neck starts to relax. Letting go any tension in the neck, starting to relax in my head. And from here, we can place our hands upon the ground. And I need to explain a little bit here. So we interlock the fingers like this. And we place them on the ground like a little cup. If you'd like to try, and maybe you'd like to open the feet, like bringing them further apart, if you like, and then see if you lower the head with the hairline against the little fingers, like the pinky fingers that are on the ground. Like my forearms are touching the ground now as well. So there's like this triangle. Placing my hairline on the ground, leaning against the hands. So we make a base with our forearms on the ground, our hands are giving some stability, and then there are the feet. So it's important to place the feet like parallel with the edges of our mat. That's a nice measurement. So in this way. And if this is too much, like this one is can be an advanced pose, but see if you like it too. I just started to try it once and I really liked it, but there are so many variations. So as I said, you can also choose to just allow yourself to let the head hang in the air. You can even place the hands on the floor with flat hands, or maybe you'd like to hold the ankles or the feet, the shins. So there's always a variation, and you can even choose to place a pile of pillows on the floor to place your head upon. So just see if we can hold it just a few more moments. Just bringing the stillness back in the body, stillness in the mind. Feeling how our life force coming from the root of the spine just starting to flow back into consciousness. Sahasrara. Becoming more and more aware, more light and transparent. Last seconds. And slowly coming back. You can use your hands and then wiggling the feet back together. Coming back in a standing forward bend.
And from here, unlocking the knees, coming back in a straight position. We become aware of the effect of Prasarita Padahastasana. And it's the wide-legged forward bend. The arousal of Sahasrara, opening to the purity of our being, that vast, expanded spaciousness. Experiencing ourselves as being light and present, awareness. And an overall well-being. And when you're ready, from here, I invite you to come down to the mat. We are already entering the last asana of tonight. And as I said, focusing on the upper chakras mostly tonight, related to being aware and awake. I'd like to end the session tonight with Halasana, the plow pose. So for this, I invite you to lay down on your back. Support yourself when you're coming down, especially with lower back problems. It's good to not go straight backwards as I just start doing, but just placing your knees on the ground, just coming on your side first, and then gently rolling your back. So always be gentle with the back. So from here, we bring our knees towards the chest. So just take a moment to really just arrive on the ground. And I really like to just cuddle up a little bit like this, bringing my knees towards the chest, placing my hands or grasping my elbows, and just wiggling from left to right, massaging the low back, also the shoulder blades. Just embracing myself for a moment. How does that feel? Sending love towards every cell of my being. Sensitizing the heart, at the same time feeling so safe in that, being sensitive. It's such a beautiful quality to sense life in all its richness and diversity. So when you feel ready, I invite you to place back the feet on the ground near the buttocks. And then by pushing your feet in the ground, you use your hands with that. You bring up the pelvis just a little, bringing your hands underneath the buttocks, rolling the shoulders inside, and then interlocking the fingers, making a fist, and then you drop back the buttocks. And from here, the knees come back towards the chest, and then we start to roll, straightening the legs. We bring them over the head. And for this, you can also choose different variations. So you could try to place your feet against the wall to support yourself, or you can place, like if you're near a couch, you can place the feet on top of a couch. You can place the feet on top of the seat of a chair, for example, or maybe you have a little poof or a pile of pillows. So just see how far the feet are reaching, see how your back is feeling, and what is available for you right now. And the last checkup is with your hands. So we open the hands from here, so leaving the hand palms open towards the ceiling. And we just hold it just a little moment tonight, closing our eyes. The mobility of the body induces the stillness in the mind. Becoming aware of fine vibrations in the area of the forehead, feeling more light and clear, increased lucidity. Activating the third eye, Ajna chakra. And the more we let go, the more we sink into a meditation, holding the pose a little longer. And if you reach your max, of course, anytime, you can come back just supporting your back with the hands. Stillness. And slowly we come back, placing the hand palms back on the floor, rolling the shoulders outside, and then vertebra by vertebra, the back is lowering down to the floor. Receiving the echoes of halasana, the plow pose. Increasing the flexibility of our spine. Also training a strong back while our front is still soft and our heart's wild. Feeling a clarity of mind and overall harmony, lucidity. And from here, entering into the final relaxation. So if you'd like to cover yourself or putting on a sweater or socks, this is the right moment to do so. And then we come back, lying in a straight position. Our legs and our arms are spread open, hand palms are open. Receiving the body soft, light, and vibrant. Full of joy and relaxation. Feeling awake and present. Finding our awareness in the tips of the left toes. And slowly from down, gradually upwards, we feel how the left leg is relaxing. Sending love and light to the left leg. We receive the left leg fully relaxed now. And our awareness is now resting in the tips of the right toes, slowly moving upwards. We feel how the right leg is relaxing. Sending love and light to the right leg. We receive the right leg soft and fully relaxed now. And without falling asleep, with awareness, we shift our awareness to the tips of the left fingers, allowing every finger of the left hand to relax. Relaxing the hand palm, the left wrist, the forearm, relaxing the elbow, the upper arm, and the shoulder. We receive the left arm fully relaxed now. And our awareness is now shifted towards the tip of the right fingers, sensing how every finger of the right hand is starting to relax. Relaxing the hand palm, the right wrist, Relaxing the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, and the shoulder. We receive the right arm fully relaxed now. We are aware of the overall relaxation of all four limbs, the both legs and the both arms. And we feel how this relaxation is flowing into the rest of the body, relaxing the buttocks, relaxing the whole pelvic area, including the sexual muscles, relaxing the abdominal area and all the organs inside of the belly and the torso. And we feel a vibrating warmth resting in the tip of the tailbone, slowly starting to rise upwards through the spine, relaxing the whole spine and relaxing the back, the lower back, the mid back, and the upper back. Feeling this warmth gathering in the heart, melting the chest, feeling this intimacy with ourselves, with the world, and with life. Just remembering, who am I? Who is awake and aware? And that starts to relax the shoulders, the neck and the throat, all the muscles in the face, the jaw, the lips, and the tongue. Relaxing the cheeks and the ears, the eyes and eyelids, eyebrows, the temples. Feeling a lightness in the forehead, full relaxation of the forehead, the left brain and right brain, and the skull. We receive the body fully relaxed now, full of stillness, a vibrating stillness. And slowly we start to connect again with the physical body, starting to move the fingers and the toes. Maybe you'd like to also move the head from left to right. Giving yourself a last stretch. Slowly rolling yourself on your side,
bringing the knees towards the chest. Just cuddle up like this is your moment, your little me time, embracing yourself. Feeling this relaxation and being fully aware and awake. And if you feel ready, I invite you to slowly come back in a seated position. Bringing our hands in front of the chest one more time. Moment of gratitude for all that we have shared and received in tonight's rest and digest with yoga practice. Thank you so much for being here and practicing together. Just take your time to just slowly integrate everything that we awoke tonight. I wish you a beautiful continuation of the day wherever you are. And yeah, share your experiences. If you'd like, I would love to see how you received the practice. And of course, any questions that are related to this practice or the things that you encounter and integrated it in daily life, feel free to share and to inspire one another. So thanks again, and looking forward to see you in the next Rest and Digest with Yoga.